Jackson Jr. went to prison. Don't tell me. I know. And then some of you, then y'all get up in a place and then somebody died and all of a sudden y'all want to be all sentimental. Let me tell you hypocrites something. You're wrong. Now, let me back up now. Let me calm down and tell you this. My post was not defending coaching. My post wasn't defending Bishop Sheard. My post was a question about legacy, leadership, and the office. No matter how much you love or hate Trump, you have to respect his office. Black folks, we don't have respect. This is why our inner cities look the way they look. This is why we kill the way we kill. This is why 74% of our women are having babies without a father. We do not respect protocol and order. And we don't understand boundaries. Now, let me back you up to this. Nobody was sitting in the pulpit fine. You see, you got to understand, it was an observation and you all took it and just made it a Kojic thing because you got trauma bonding. Anything that you hear reflection or look like or smell like Kojic, somebody hurt you in Kojic. I don't know who it was, but whoever hurt you in that little Kojic church, you probably need to go back to him and talk to that pastor and say, you messing me up. I can't even think. I don't have the emotional intelligentsia to read anything about Kojic without trauma bond. And then some of you talking and you practice a demonic lifestyle that's degrading to a man of himself. All right. So let me tell you something. These funerals y'all be having, y'all ain't doing up there but lying. It's political. And then I'm confused. You all say, now I heard the son say, and I respect the son, because I believe the son is grieving. I don't believe you other Negroes grieving. I believe all of y'all use that as opportunity to shine. And a politician ain't no difference between Lucifer and Satan. And I'm going to tell you something else. And the son says, don't use your politics at my daddy's funeral. And then I read, this was not a church funeral. Ain't Jesse Jackson a preacher? It's a homegoing. Is it not? No, okay. You all say Bishop Sheard, they didn't know Bishop Sheard. Let's back this thing up. Let's make this thing right. They didn't know Bishop Sheard, but every president that was sitting there has had a conversation with Bishop John Drew Sheard. Every one of them. They either visited Grady Emanuel or that we gave them space for our convocation. Every last one of them. What would you have sent Bishop Jakes? What would you have sent Minister Louis Farrakhan? I know y'all won't go disrespect the minister. Was he not a reverend? What are y'all are confused. Y'all argue so much, man. Y'all need some therapy. I mean, y'all just going in. It's just a post. I don't care if y'all agree with me or not. You could have just said, Bishop May, I disagreed. We dropped the ball. Or just say, you're right, we dropped the ball. Getting personal and talking whack. Brian Pettis, you said something slick. You in Charlotte, you got to be very careful. You don't want nobody breaking your jaw. I mean, you're just a musician, man. Come on, you will never play again. Be quiet. I saw what you post. Don't let social media get you canceled before Christmas. This is real talk. All right, you all make slick comments on social media and people watching, they screenshot and say, Bishop, what I would do? Such as that, and you don't even know who you're talking to or talking about. Just state your case, state your point, and just move on. It's social media. It's okay. All right? Yes, Dr. King, lawyer, and Dick Gregory told that Jesse Jackson was an FBI informant. They said that on documentaries, right? And people was trashing him. I mean, I don't mean no disrespect either. You're right. And so let me just tell y'all something. Every pastor ain't trying to do. I'm saved by grace. I didn't want to pastor. I didn't want to preach or nothing. I'm struggling every day. So y'all don't need to leave me alone. I'm going to mental health therapy, and my struggle ain't homosexual. It ain't drinking. It ain't fornicating. It's knocking little niggas out like y'all that talk crazy on social media or put you in the trunk and be about that life. That's what I'm praying. So you all just leave me alone. Just be respectful. You can do what you want to, but don't get on here talking slick. You can have an opinion, say, Bishop May, you are wrong, I disagree. Fine, that's your opinion. But to talk slick, we ain't all the same. Let me tell you that. It ain't about, and then you preachers, man, y'all soft. And I'm thinking about this. I'll follow for the, ain't nowhere in the world a student minister of Louis Farrakhan is going to justify their leader being disrespected. No minister. Mustafa, man, I guarantee you, he would like, the ministers here, we coming to the front. I don't care if Obama was there. I don't care who was there. They would have said, we coming to the front. All right. So let me just share this to you. Let me share this to you. Anybody know me? God knows me. I don't hide it for y'all. Y'all can't do nothing for me. Ain't did nothing for me. And I'm just telling you all. I'm just telling y'all what the real deal is. I don't serve y'all. I serve God. Y'all didn't stop them bullets from hitting me. Y'all didn't get me out of prison. Y'all didn't drop that dope case. You didn't drop those 2 murder cases. Y'all ain't never saved me from getting sick off that bit. You all don't mean nothing to me. God, I stand with God. So be careful what you say about me. I'm serious. I ain't one of these church boys. I stand with God, and I'm trying to tell you about honor and disrespect. I don't care what else y'all talking about. I'm talking about being honorable and disrespect. Listen, there are some things that I see that is egregious in the church. Our black community has lost honor. We don't honor our women. We don't honor each other. We don't honor positions, and we take it personal and think you can talk to people any kind of way in church. You can't talk to people in any kind of way in church. You can't treat people any kind of way in church. There must be order. And for you all just to try to limit this to a Kojic thing, it's not about Kojic thing. If that's the case, we shouldn't honor Dr. King. He was a Baptist preacher, right? No, you honor the office and the grace in which a person walk into. All right? It said, touch not thy, then y'all tell me, oh, when we get to heaven. When we get to heaven, it's going to be order. When we get to heaven, it's going to be order. Hello? Wherever we go, it's going to be, you wouldn't sit the Catholic priest in the 8th row. So what we have to learn here is logistics. Right? It needs to be logistic. They were not logistically inclined. Somebody dropped the ball. That's all we got to say. All of that Kojic, this ain't really about Kojic. It's about the office. I just want to know why my bishop's sitting next to my homeboy, KJ. KJ calls me on the phone. KJ from the Phoenix Suns called me on the phone. My homeboy, he says, hey man, Bishop Sheard, he's sitting way back here. KJ wanted to know. So that's the reason I got on to look and saw it on there. He said, man, he's sitting right next to me. I said, where you at, KJ? He said, he's sitting right here. I said, okay, let me see what's going on. And so what I'm saying to you, this is not about, because you Negroes don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. Church fame don't mean nothing. All right, church fans, some of you pastors talking about Chicago, this Chicago. You can't even walk down the street in Chicago. Be quiet. So this ain't got nothing to do with the Baptists, because this ain't got nothing to do with Kojic, Apostolic. We still Negroes saved by grace. When you get stopped by that police, it don't matter if you Kojic Baptist or whatever. When you go to that bank, it don't matter if you Kojic Baptist or whatever. Do you have the money to do what you got to do? It don't matter about your credentials in the church. Let me tell you something. Who cares about Kojic Baptist and all that? So what I'm telling you, it has to be a level of honor and respect. It has nothing to do with your personal preference per person. It has to do with honor and respect. That's what I'm trying to push. I'm not trying to push Kojic agenda. Bishop Sheard probably don't even care about the seat. All right, he don't supposed to care. He don't supposed to speak. And see, that's what you all don't understand. You all, you talking about, well, he ain't saying, he don't supposed to say nothing. Jesus didn't say nothing. Jesus told Peter, put your sword up. He said, Peter, don't cut that man there. I can call on 10,000 angels. So that's what Bishop Sheard would probably tell me. Amir, don't worry about it. I see it. Put your sword up. You understand me? Y'all can read Peter and what he did, protect this leader, but you don't want me to protect my leader. Make it make sense. You all don't get to tell nobody how to protect their leader. Let me tell you, say something against the old man in Chicago and see what happens. Say something against the old man in Chicago, you preachers, and see what happens. Let's just see what happens. Let's say something against the old man and see what happens. It doesn't matter. You men too sensitive. Y'all effeminate, man. Let's talk like men. Talking all this sissy talk. Let's talk like men. If you got a problem, say something to me. All right? Don't be talking that subliminal mess. I don't talk that sissy, effeminate talk. We be real men. And what I'm trying to tell you is that we should honor any leader that's in our community. Not just Bishop Sheard, Bishop Jakes, their fathers. Paul Morton. We should Noah Jones. We should the Muslims. All right, Farrakhan, whoever. You honor our leaders. It doesn't matter about if you don't know who the old man is. If I got to tell you, you don't have to know. They know who I'm talking to. And so when I'm talking about this is what honor does. If Al Sharpton came to my church and he's in the back, and when he comes to a Koji convention, if they say all the bishops in there, we have our Class A on, I'm sitting there, I'm saying, hey, Al Sharpton's right there. I'm going to text Bishop Sheard, and I'm going to notice that Bishop Sheard, Al Sharpton's here, should we move him up? The adjutancy is then going to get Al Sharpton and move him up. Not because he really is a Koji. The other came under FD. Well, not because he's just an active elder. It's because he's an active elder. He's not an active elder, so we can still respect his civil rights thrust. We respect our leaders in our community. This is what I'm trying to tell you. I can care less about really Bishop, and Bishop Sheard can care less, all right? My point is that we've got to learn to honor our leaders. Honor our leaders. Honor is everything about what God stands for. And this is the dishonorable situation. Some of you just getting on here talking slick, talking crazy. I'm a bishop. I'm a father, first of all. I've been married been with my wife 37 years, been with married 31 years, 4 kids, 12 grandchildren. Y'all, some of you look tight wearing suits, little Negroes talking to me on social media saying slick stuff. I mean, you just talking slick. I promise to God you wouldn't do that. I promise to God you wouldn't talk to me like that in the lobby on the red carpet. Man, you'll be waking up in the hospital. I guarantee you. With the Holy Ghost. I guarantee you wouldn't. You all and then you all say a lot of things on Facebook is unwarranted. There are some things that even when Bishop Sheard rebukes me. Bishop Sheard said preachers don't cuss. I didn't agree with what he said. You think I'm going to argue and fight? Let me tell you something. I was in my church that I paid for, but he corrected me, called me. What I'm going to do? Fight? There's some fights you don't fight. You ain't big enough to fight. And this is why some of you couldn't do 3 days in the county jail. You couldn't do 6 weeks in prison. Somebody has been put and made you the girlfriend because you don't know how to operate with real men. You don't know how to do it. All right? If I got to explain, Paul, but you probably should listen to what I'm saying. It's not about Bishop Sheard. It's not about what I'm saying. I'm talking about leadership. I'm talking about honoring leaders in the black community. Yeah, you know what? Y'all pray for me like y'all pray for them homosexuals. When they say they got a right to be a homosexual, I got a right to knock folks out. If I got anger problems, if I fight, if I shoot, if I do, that's my device. There's a law in my members when I went to do good, evil is present. Now, you got grace for I'm a homosexual.